People can believe anything they want. Global warming isn't a thing, Trump isn't a Russian pawn, the earth is round, but some things are just plain wrong. Like the fact that aliens come down and shove things where the sun don't shine. Some widely believed facts aren't actually true. I mean, why would they shove it up there? How much can you learn from putting things up there?
Why would you come to me with that answer?
Yeah, why are you looking at me? Hi, I'm Stevens from Simply Scuba, and here are 5 false facts about scuba diving. Number 1. Sharks attack scuba divers. If I get asked one question from everybody when we talk about my scuba diving, it'll be about sharks and how scary they are. I have never worried about being in the water with sharks.
You've really done pool diving.
The plastic ones aren't that scary. Sharks simply don't like us. We're funny-looking, noisy things that roam around in packs and don't act like anything else in the oceans. Yes, some are unfortunate to come across a shark that's a bit upset and they get a little bit nibbly or maybe even a poke, but you can get that anywhere. You can go hiking and get hit by an angry grizzly. You're skydiving and get kicked by a grumpy eagle, or walk to work and get bit by a chihuahua. He's not upset though, he's just a chihuahua, and you know how they are. Number 2, certification is stupidly expensive. Scuba diving has fallen into an odd class at the moment where people expect it to be a budget sport. But why should it be? Considering that you are being taught procedures and how to use equipment that can take you to places that human beings aren't meant to go, it shouldn't really be cheap. And the experience and skills that your instructor has worked for isn't easy neither, so why should you shortchange them? So no, it's not stupidly expensive, it's rightly expensive. I mean, I wouldn't want the cheapest part-time skydiving instructor around.
I would.
Would you?
Yeah, bargain.
Number 3, you have to be super fit. Yes, there are a couple prerequisites for most diving courses, but for most recreational diving, you don't have to be an Olympic heptathlete to jump in the water. In fact, when I was teaching, you didn't even have to be able to swim to do a tri-dive. It would, help, and I certainly adjusted my class ratios accordingly, but you didn't have to know how to swim to get started. Now, I'm not saying that you can just let yourself go, because always in the back of your mind, you need to consider if the worst should happen. Whether you could physically save your buddy, or actually, and probably more importantly, could your buddy save you? Number 4, your weight has little to do with the lift you need. I get asked quite often if a BCD or wing has enough lift because I weigh 90 kilos. The number your scale spits out when you stand on it doesn't directly relate to the amount of lift you need. Yes, the lift is measured in pounds or kilos, but it actually means the weight of water the BCD can displace. Science, huh? So ideally, you shouldn't need a BCD at all if you're actually neutrally buoyant. Any extra gas in your BCD just means that you're wearing too much lead. BCDs are good for allowing for compressed wetsuits and dry suits, but you shouldn't need that much lift. Number 5, I can't dive, I have a medical condition. Some medical conditions are probably not conducive to scuba diving, and unfortunately not a lot of medical testing has gone on to test the results of diving on certain conditions and medications. Not all conditions are a definitive no though. Most things can be signed off by a GP, or even better a dive doc. For me at least, it's been pretty rare for anybody to be denied by a dive doc. I mean, I even took a guy who lost both of his legs and most of the functions in his hands, and he still managed. Yes, he was an ex-para, but having someone like that in the pool is a true inspiration to all. If he can do it, then you can probably do it too. So yes, you just need to double check your medical condition and get a doctor's note so you can go diving. But yeah, to summarize, sharks don't want to kill you. Diving should actually be a little bit more expensive, I think. You don't have to be Terry Crews, it doesn't matter what your bathroom scales say, and not all medical conditions will stop you from diving. But they can be a good excuse if you don't actually want to go diving with your other half, or that annoying guy at the dive centre. Oh, sorry Steve, I can't go diving, my leprosy's flaring up today. Thanks for watching, and safe diving.
You could have just said diving elbow or diving ankle.
Diver's knee.
My diver's knee. But no, you went with leprosy.
We are an online dive store serving the UK and the world for all your diving equipment needs. So why not visit us at simplyscuba.com or click the box on your screen.